Good morning. Today is your day. It's Juneteenth. That is the day that the news reached Texas that the African American, black people, however you want to identify yourself, if you are a part of the African diaspora, Juneteenth is the day that we celebrate when all people of color knew that they were free. Free from slavery, free from the cruelty and inhumanity of chattel slavery that had ruled the American South for more than 2 centuries. It was on this day that black people all over the South resolved within themselves to build the life that they and their ancestors dreamed of. It was during this period, after the Civil War, known as Reconstruction, and after Juneteenth, that great strides were made in the history of African Americans in the United States. It was the time in which denominations were formed, in which we were free to worship the God that we knew in the way that we knew how, in a way that was not controlled by masters on the plantation who had previously dictated to us how we were to worship God. It was a time of economic recovery, revitalization, and even a rebirth, in which the strong civilizations that we had known in Africa were now being realized when free men of color and free women of color formed towns commonly known as Freemanville. There was one near my hometown in Alabama known as Freemanville, right outside of Atmore, Alabama. But these free towns were thriving communities of commerce, banking, agriculture. They grew to be thriving small cities where African Americans were self-sufficient, independent, and even began to set up their own schools and what we now call historically black colleges and universities. It was during this time that many of us have ancestors who bought land, farmland, who opened businesses. It was during this time that many black men who had formerly been slaves pooled their resources and opened businesses so that we could truly enjoy a freedom like never before. During the time of Juneteenth, there was a celebration as likened to the year of Jubilee. I hope that today you will set aside some time to find out exactly what happened after Juneteenth and beyond that established African American communities with strength, honor, dignity, and a heritage all across America. I hope that you will set aside some time today to reflect on the strength and the power of our people. I also want you to sit back and think about the economic strides that were made during that time and how sadly many of those strides have been lost and we have lost ground as a people. I want you to resolve within yourself that you will become more financially responsible. I want you to resolve within yourself that you will seek to unify with some other brother and sister toward a common goal of knowing true freedom. I hope that you will celebrate. I hope that you will give this day the same reverence that you gave the 4th of July, because it is a lie, when you didn't know any better. I hope that this will be the day that you seek to celebrate with family and friends, but I want you to celebrate safely. This is the day that you should bring out the fireworks. This is the day that you should sing freedom songs. This is the day that you should celebrate your freedom, because the 4th of July meant nothing to you. At that time, you were still enslaved and only considered 3/5 of a human. But the time of Juneteenth, when all people of color knew that they were free, is your time to celebrate. The Star-Spangled Banner should mean nothing to you because it is not an anthem of your freedom, of your liberty. I hope that you will find the words of James Weldon Johnson, who wrote the Negro National Anthem, "Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring. ring with the harmonies of liberty. I hope that you will look up those words of James Weldon Johnson. I hope that you will commemorate those great words by learning that song and learning to sing it and learn all the verses so that in it you will see how a history, a heritage, and hope of our people is contained therein. Today is your day. Celebrate, turn up, turn it out, and turn over the lie of the 4th of July being a day of independence, being a day of freedom, because it is not. Juneteenth is our day, the day that all people of color knew that they were now free.